Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Wednesday, June 12th. Coming up on today's show, we'll get into the weather report. Then we'll jump into some local news and a few interesting happenings in business, science, and entertainment. But first, you'll be interested to know 85 years ago, today in 1939. The Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, held its first induction ceremony, with Babe Ruth, Cobb, and Honus Wagner among the inaugural class. In the first Baseball Writers Association of America Hall of Fame election in 1936, Cobb, Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson, Babe Ruth, and Honus Wagner were chosen. This voting process, which considered players whose careers began after 1900, sparked national debate, particularly due to unexpected votes against Cobb and Ruth. This historic event solidified the significance of being a Hall of Famer. So now you know. And now you know what time it is. It's time for the weather report. In the Boston area. This morning, it's partly cloudy and feels like 60 degrees, with 4-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:21, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:06. It looks like we're in for some scattered showers, mainly after 3 p.m. Other than that, mostly sunny, with a high near 73. Tonight, more scattered showers before 8, with clouds and a low of 62. For all you beach runners out there, the first low tide Wednesday will be at 10:30 a.m., with a high tide at 4:45. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 64 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather, Thursday will be sunny, with a high near 86. Friday has a chance of showers and thunderstorms possible after 2 p.m., with a high near 87. Showers and thunderstorms are likely again Friday night. This weekend should be sunny, with highs in the upper 70s. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, as part of Axios Boston's Cheapskate's Guide to Boston Summer Series, the Cape Flyer offers a $10 round trip from Boston to Cape Cod in June. The train departs from South Station to Hyannis, stopping at several towns along the way. That's bicycles and children under 11 with an adult ride free. Seniors and people with disabilities get half-price fares with appropriate Charlie cards. Enjoy free Wi-Fi and a cafe car on board. Tickets can be purchased via the M-Ticket app or at South Station. Now on to sports. Kristaps Porziņģis has a torn medial retinaculum, causing tendon instability, putting his NBA Finals availability at risk. The injury suffered during Game 2 could limit his lateral movement and shot contesting. The Celtics, leading the series 2-0, may rely more on Al Horford, who might see increased minutes. Coach Joe Mazzulla will decide Porziņģis' status with medical staff before Game 3 tonight. His absence would impact Boston's offensive spacing and defensive strategy. In local sports, Kristaps Porziņģis has a torn medial retinaculum, causing tendon instability, putting his NBA Finals availability at risk. The injury suffered during Game 2 could limit his lateral movement and shot contesting. The Celtics, leading the series 2-0, may rely more on Al Horford, who might see increased minutes. Coach Joe Mazzulla will decide Porziņģis' status with medical staff before Game 3 tonight. His absence would impact Boston's offensive spacing and defensive strategy. In top news, Johnson & Johnson will pay $700 million to settle a lawsuit with 42 states accused of misleading customers about the safety of its talc-based baby powder. The product, discontinued in 2023, was found to sometimes contain asbestos, leading to cancer. Though Johnson & Johnson has not admitted guilt, it now uses cornstarch in its baby powder. The settlement still requires judicial approval, and they face many more lawsuits related to its talc products. In business news, the proposed sale of Paramount Global to David Ellison's Skydance Media collapsed due to the withdrawal of support from Shari Redstone, the controlling shareholder. Despite months of negotiations and reaching an agreement on financial terms, the deal fell apart because of disagreements over shareholder voting rights and cash distribution. Paramount will continue under its current leadership, exploring other opportunities as Redstone keeps her options open amid interest from other potential buyers. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is just over $67,000. Ethereum is $3,500. And Solana is $151. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. MIT researchers have developed a supercapacitor from water, cement, and carbon black, creating a new way to store energy inside modified concrete. Though supercapacitors charge and discharge quickly, they're less energy-dense than lithium-ion batteries. Potential applications include roads that wirelessly charge cars and building materials that store energy. Currently, the technology can only power a 10-watt LED for 30 hours, but scaling up could allow it to meet residential energy needs. Challenges include scaling the technology for wider deployment due to manufacturing complexities and resource scarcities. And in entertainment news, The Boys, Season 4 debuts on Prime Video tomorrow, with the first 3 episodes followed by weekly releases until July 18th. Critics have mixed views on whether the show remains fresh, but agree that it delivers for die-hard fans. Season 4 is noted to be darker, more political, and still funny, with strong performances. There are no major issues reported, and prior viewing of Gen V isn't necessary. The show's boldness, bloodiness, and humor continue to impress, though it's bleaker than previous seasons. Well, alrighty, folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth. And he said, "As soon as I got out there, I felt a strange relationship with the pitcher's mound. It was as if I'd been born out there. Pitching just felt like the most natural thing in the world. And striking out batters was easy." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the weather reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Boston.